Welcome to another episode of Husbands Watching Housewives. I'm Scott.
And I'm Jeff.
And we just recently watched an episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Yes.
We talked about it with our friends over at the Bestie Approved podcast.
It was a good time.
Yeah, it really was a good time. So you'll find it's their first video episode. We didn't know it was going to be video, so we kind of were like, we just woke up on an early morning and we're doing it. The angle's a little bit weird, but
it's not our best video.
Yeah, not our best video, but, you know, we'll improve in future collabs with them. But we hope you enjoy the episode. It was really fun for us, and you should check them out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
That.
Ooh, I don't know why.
Hi, I'm Travis, and this is Bestie Approved. We're back with our returning champions, Scott and Jeff from Husbands Watching Housewives.
Hello.
And we're gonna do Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, the season 15 premiere. You guys have been on several times, but introduce yourselves. Let's do the thing.
Well, I'm Scott.
And I'm Jeff.
And we, like you said, we're the Husbands Watching Housewives. And we watch nothing but housewife shows and then talk about them.
And we're husbands of each other, because that's been confusing for some people. We're married to each other and we like housewives.
Yeah, it's as easy as it gets.
Someone recently thought that we were straight, and they're like, "Where are your wives?" And we're like, "Oh no, there are no wives.
We are, yeah, it's us."
Yeah.
And to their credit, they didn't go, "Oh," they're like, "Oh, okay, yeah, okay." Like, yeah. I thought for sure they would be even more like, "Oh," and then kind of slowly back away from us. But no, they were cool.
Well, they couldn't back away there in line.
Yeah. True.
I mean, far be it from me to stereotype, but like I love you guys, but like what gives wife about either of you?
I was like, what about this read straight?
And we were at BravoCon, so what about that read straight?
Yeah.
So
it does not.
I think they were just lovely housewives that were really hopeful that they too could have husbands that would watch Housewives with them. So they're projecting onto us, I think.
Got it. Okay.
They're very nice.
So speaking of BravoCon, you guys went to BravoCon, and Emma and I were so deeply jealous of that, and I want to hear about it. So, like, do you have like a rose and thorn from BravoCon? Like, tell me everything.
Well, the overall thorn is that everyone who went got god awfully sick. It seems like we were in part of a Facebook group, and like everyone in there was like, "Are you sick? Are you?" Yep, we're all sick.
Oh,
it was a nasty cold. But for serious, like, you know, that's just any convention. I feel comes back with some sort of garbage. But I think the rose.
I was going to also the thorn is, you know, it's a lot to put this together, you know, for Bravo, for the production behind it. But I think there's certain things a lot of people didn't get photo ops, and things weren't maybe as organized as well as they could be in certain respects. So there were we weren't disgruntled because, you know, there are things, you know, I would have liked better, but for the overall, it was great. But I think other people just didn't have the best feeling from it. They still enjoyed it, but like, you know, I think it left them questioning whether or not they would come back, because it is a very expensive thing, you know, with the tickets and any add-ons and, you know, hotel and airfare and food, because Vegas is like insanely expensive just to like, you know, have a
breakfast was $60.
Yeah,
just to get like crappy breakfast sandwiches,
right?
But my personal thorn, though, would be in the VIP room where we were at. The Bravo celebrities would come in and they do like little impromptu photo ops, and their just lines would spontaneously form. And sometimes you didn't even know who it was for. So you'd be standing there in this long ass line, and then suddenly some, you know, Southern Charm person that you're like, okay, whatever. Then you get out of line. But we were there. Erica Jane was there. Jeff really wanted a picture with her, and we were maybe 3 people from the front. And
we were farther back than that.
Not that far.
It was a pretty long line.
Either way, she's like, sorry, gotta go, and she starts walking off.
Well, the whole thing is like, basically, it's like they stand in front of a step and repeat, and it's like you come up and take a picture, you hand your camera to the staff member, they take a million shots. They're great. That the staff, excellent at BravoCon, excellent. Can't say enough about them. But at some point, she was like, "I'm going to cut this off," and she's like, "I will come to you in line, and you can take a selfie with me. So I'm going to walk. You stay where you are, and I'll take a selfie." But we were prepared to have not a selfie, so like, Scott turned the camera, you know, a beat too late. And so it's like this blurry shot of like Erica waving and
behind my head.
And he has like the top of my head. So I'm in the photo. And I did like, when she walked up, I was like, "Hi, Erica." And she's like, "Hi, baby." So I had that
that's
moment, and I cherish that moment with Erica Jane, and I'm like,
sure.
I saw her in person, like up close and personal, and she spoke to me, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So a little thorny, but still a bit of a rose to it.
And then
I
overall, I
feel
think my rose is just being at the panels, and when they're good, they're good. Like, oh my God, when you see all this stuff going on, like the Potomac panel and the Atlanta panel were both amazing.
The Atlanta,
I love
yeah,
that.
the Atlanta panel was like a reunion,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah.
Nice.
And so to see all that shade going back and forth in real time, you're just like, whoa, it's like, I don't have subtitles. I need subtitles.
And I think also my personal rose was when we had our photo op with Tamara and Katie Janela. Scott went to Tamara and I walked up to Katie and she took my hands in hers and she's like, I know you from TikTok. I know you from TikTok. And I was like,
I love that.
I am on the TikTok. And she's like, no. And I was like, I realized later on I should have been like, husband's watching Housewives, like throwing her a bone.
Yeah.
But I was like just so caught off guard. And then Matt, her husband, was like waiting behind the scenes, and she's like, Matt, come here, come here. She's like, this is the guy like from TikTok. And he's like, oh.
Aw.
And he's like shook my hand and he's like, thank you for what you do. And I was
Aw.
like, thank you. You were great last night at the reunion. This is after part 2 of the reunion, by the way.
Yeah.
And I was just like so caught off guard. And so we went straight from that and we made a video and we put it up on TikTok. And both she and Matt commented. We tagged them, of course.
Yeah.
But it was just so weird to like have someone, a Bravo celebrity, know who I was. And in some ways.
Yeah.
And she was very nice. And she's insanely pretty in person.
They're all insane. Oh,
Everyone's so pretty, but also so
I'm
short.
sure.
So short.
So Katie is one of the ones where I'm sure she like handles her own social media, because Katie follows me on TikTok and I'm no one, and I'm like, and like she's commented on, like she's responded to a couple of comments before, and I'm like, oh, you seem real and you seem really, really cool. So I'm glad that like you guys got that experience in real life, because that's really cool to experience.
Yeah, no, for sure. She does not have a social media manager. I think that is her up in the comments.
I think it's Bandon. I think it's her son. Probably. Here, do this. No, I'm kidding.
He's like 6.
I just like saying the name Bandon because it's a silly name for a human.
I think it's a cute band. Like not Brandon, but Bandon.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
Maybe it's short for Abandon.
We love the name. I love the name. I love Katie Janela.
I think it's cute.
If you're listening, Katie Janela, thanks.
Dear Katie, you're Bestie Approved. Just know that. And the husbands watching Housewives also love you. Yes. I forgot to ask you when we kicked it off, what's the last song you guys listened to?
It would have been at the holiday party No, it would have been coming home
in the
car last night. I don't even remember.
I mean, with Spotify Wrapped out, I'm listening to all my favorite songs from 2025. So.
My Spotify Wrap says I'm 66, and I'm fine with that because I skew older in my musical taste. But like my top 5 artists were, of course, Mariah, Taylor, Beyonce, Gaga, and Madonna. And I listened to the Taylor album and Madonna and Mariah's new album like on repeat. So those are like my top 2 albums. So yeah, probably something by them is what I'm probably listening to.
I found out that one of my top 5 music genres is something called bedroom pop, which at this point I just think Spotify is making shit up. They're just like,
100%.
all right, you listen to gobbledygook.
What's the definition?
I didn't even tell me. I was like, I gotta Google that sometime. What about you? What did you listen to?
It was Love on the Dance Floor by Vince Palmieri. But speaking, so like the Spotify Wrapped thing, like it's all over my Instagram right now. And like, I don't use Spotify. I listen to Apple Music and they do Apple Music Replay. And I feel like every year when I get my replay, it's like, it's just calling me the F slur. Cause it's like, you listen to RuPaul and your top artist is Kesha for 4 months in a row. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Yeah.
4 months in a row.
I'm Googling bedroom pop right now to see what this is. Hang on.
I had on my, because I made the playlist for my Christmas party, office holiday party, and I had Kesha's Joyride on there. I discovered that at the gym. Such a good song.
It's such a good song.
Yeah.
And it's got like an accordion in it.
What is that? Yes, it starts off like Weird Al accordion, and then it gets like pop. But I love the line when she says, "You want kids? Well, I am mother."
Yes, so good. And like, I want to know how this woman's brain works, because I'm just like, you sat down and you like, it's just like she sat down and like wrote lines that like, I'm gonna write this in a lab for gay people, like because I know they're gonna love it, and then I'm gonna put an accordion in the background, and then it's gonna be like a circus song, and I'm like, it's so good.
It's like that meme with Erica where she's like, we're gonna give the gays everything they want.
Yes. What was it, Mykonos or whatever, where she was doing that? Yes. But bedroom pop is a DIY indie pop subgenre defined by artists creating music in their bedrooms or home studios, resulting in a lo-fi, dreamy, and intimate sound, often exploring personal themes with soft vocals and homemade production.
Oh, yeah,
that made sense.
That explains it.
I thought it was like just stuff you listen to like when you're just in bed, like if you're you're a kid, you're doing your homework, or if you're an adult, you're scrolling on your phone and you kind of like shimmy to it, but it's not like pop where you're like dancing to it or working out to it.
Because I am also the king of loving a song if it's mid to low tempo.
Mm-hmm.
Like any song where you're like, I kind of want to dance, but how do you dance to this? That's what I like. That's my genre.
Also, his Spotify age was 21
because I listened to all that bedroom
okay.
Pop. They're like, hey, you get your music off YouTube. I'm like, sure do. So, we didn't even ask about Emma.
Oh yes, and the baby.
How's she doing?
Is okay. Well, so she's whatever you guys got at BravoCon, I had last week, and then Emma has this week. Like we were both sick as dogs, but aside from that, she is having the best time. She's August is so perfect. Like he's so cute. And, like I don't even like babies, but like I saw August on FaceTime, and he's perfect. He's so cute. Kenny is I didn't think he was going to be a bad dad at all, but like I think he's enjoying being a dad much more than he expected to enjoy it. But they're perfect. They're so good. There was a lot of adjustment happening. Emma didn't sleep for like a week, but I think everything's kind of like leveling off, and they're having a great time. And I think it's going to be really cool. And Jack, I think, is getting used to the idea of like having a little brother, because for his entire life, he's been the absolute center of attention, and he's always been a little star. So I think he's figuring out how to share the spotlight. And it's been really cool to like see how that's progressing, but they're having a great time.
How old is he? How old is Jack?
Jack is 7.
Oh, okay. Well then, yes, he's definitely been used to being the one and only. Interesting.
Yeah.
Nice.
And like he is always just like, if you've ever heard him like in the background of Bestie Approved, like he's always just like putting on a show when we're there, and it's just like I don't know, on some level I think if like I didn't know him, I'd be like, oh my god, shut up, kid. But like I know him, and like I know his personality, so like I love it so much. So like he's great.
I think that's the survival instinct of children, is it's just like, if I was just annoying, people wouldn't like me, but I got to be cute, and people will.
But some don't know it, and some don't understand that concept. That's why I like friends and families kids, but other strange kids, I'm like, no, not so much.
Yeah. You have to know who they are to be like, okay, I'll listen to that screaming right now.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm the same way. Like my niece and nephew, like they can do no wrong as far as I'm concerned. I mean, they could like burn my house down, and I'd be like, well, they were being creative. It's fine. Like, and like Jack is the same way. I'm like, he can do whatever he wants. He can destroy whatever he wants. But like, if I hear someone else's kid like screaming at Meyer or something, I'm like, shut up. Control your kid and take it home. But yeah, here we are. Before we jump into Reality Roundup, I have a correction that I have to make for you guys, because you guys called Emma and me out about something and it was half right. I have a little clip that I'm going to put up on the screen, and I'm going to let you watch it, and we're going to go from here.
Bags.
Yeah, I don't.
I would just hate it.
Wasn't it Travis who was saying he checks bags? Oh, I was on one of the episodes of Bestie Approved. I was listening.
Oh, like he purposely checks a bag?
Like he and Emma believe in checking bags. Like they want to roam freely through the airport with no baggage. Just
I don't know that feeling.
Yeah.
And I don't want to know that feeling.
I do not want to wait at my destination to pick up my bag.
To watch that thing spin around. I lost bags twice. I don't want to have it happen again. Even when we go to BravoCon in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from...
Okay, so... Wow. Emma and I do check bags, and I'm going to tell you why I love checking a bag is because I have the delusion that I'm going to meet my husband at baggage claim.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So it's not solely because I like roaming freely around the airport. It's because I'm trying to find a man. So there's that.
I mean, that would be the cutest of all meet cutes in the entire
very
world.
cute.
Oh, let me just tell you, I have this sick delusion where like it's going to be a gray Samsonite suitcase coming down the thing. We're both going to reach for it. Our hands are going to meet. And I'm going to be like, oh, is that yours? And he's going to be like, oh, no, maybe it's yours. And I'm going to be like, oh my God, we have the same taste in suitcases. Let's grab dinner. And then it's like, it's going to be in a place that I love, like Atlanta or Miami or like somewhere stupid. And that's how I'm going to find my husband. So
All right.
That is, you've answered the question, where's my husband?
that is a very good song too.
I love that song. Yeah. Also, you also made my day because I felt like I was in a reunion. We're like, let's watch this clip.
I'll have one ready for every collab we do. I promise.
Oh my gosh.
I think, in all fairness, I think in your episode you even mentioned your meet cute situation. That was one of your things, and I forgot it when I was retelling the story. So,
it's
but
fine. It's
yeah,
fine. I just like I heard that and I was like I have to like drag them a little bit for that because like I thought it was so funny that you guys even clocked that.
I have a friend who would refuse to have a bag. He would just always be like, I just, if I need to run somewhere, I'm like, where are you running in the airport, dude?
I've run in the airport like once to catch a plane, and I would never do it again.
I'm never running in an airport. Like, let me just tell you something. If my plane takes off, I'll catch the next one. I'm not running anywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
It's also weird that like to not have a bag because we always like I travel with my CPAP, so that's always on me. And then he has his messenger bag, and we share one bag. And so just to be unencumbered would just be like, wait, where's the stuff? Like I would freak out. Like, do we leave our bag behind? And it's
it's so freeing. I got to tell you, I'm like the CPAP. I do get because like those are like incredibly like you can't. It's like a laptop. You can't check that. So I'll give you that one. But like not having a rolling bag with you like through the airport, oh my God, it's the most freeing thing ever. I love it so
trust me, it's a dream that I have. Like I one day want to not have that, but I want to be rich enough to hire someone to bring my luggage to my destination and set it up like I'm Diana from Beverly Hills.
Yes.
Yes. Well, they have to like come and like sage the room for you first.
So. Right, exactly. Yes. Yeah. Did you say stage or sage? Because either way, it works.
Either way, why
come
not?
in and burn the sage and yeah. But that'll be when we get our private jet.
Yeah.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but Beverly Hills was like your guys' entry into Housewives, right? Is that what you guys had told me originally?
No,
it was probably mine. That was the
Atlanta
reunion was mine, but Beverly Hills was the first full season we watched.
I think
together.
It was either yes, that's true.
Because that was the year that we
moved in together,
and we saw it in HD. And Dorit's cleavage makeup wasn't done very well. You were like, oh my God, that's HD cleavage. So anyway,
but like
I guess it was,
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I think it's together probably was our first, like real thing that we watched.
Got it. Because I think I remember when we first talked, like we got into Beverly Hills a little bit and the Kyle and the Teddy of it all. And I like looking back on it, I'm like, I think the last time you guys talked about us, it was like, oh, we're at some point we're going to fight about like something. And I feel like Beverly Hills might be the catalyst to a fight.
Bring it.
But like, watching this episode, I was like, there's not a ton to fight about here. Like, how did you feel about the premiere?
Well, so I liked it. I enjoyed the episode. What's interesting is that this is the second time we've seen not the whole episode, but during the Beverly Hills panel, which wasn't great. And Beverly Hills is my favorite show, but it wasn't great because it was very awkward. And I think there's a combination of the moderator, who we didn't know, and also the women just not being cohesive. Because I think with Beverly Hills, there are pockets of friendship, but they're not like cohesive, like say like Salt Lake or whatever. And so it was just like a really awkward time. And in the middle of this, they played the first 15 minutes of the premiere. And it's really fun to watch something like this with a group of people because the auditorium was full. It was packed because it's Beverly Hills. But not a lot happens. Like basically it left off, it ended with Sutton saying she let Avi go. cliffhanger. And so
there's nothing there.
Right.
Like it was like a lead balloon, because we're like, it was at one point, it was great seeing them all together, and seeing the first few moments, and like those scenes, like Erica washing the car, and like, you know, them being like rich Beverly Hills ladies, and people like lost their minds when Rachel Zoe like came on. They're like, oh my god, like it was like screaming. But it just wasn't exciting, because the first 50 minutes of a premiere are like, let's recap, let's like reacclimate, tell you where they are right now. It's not they should have just shown the trailer. That would have been enough.
Yeah.
You know,
they took the room from a very high energy room to like, here, take a nap.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how this episode, at least the first half hour of it, felt like. Okay,
like with Potomac, that panel, they showed the mid-season trailer, which hadn't come out yet, so everyone was so hyped about that because it was such a great trailer. So to like go from that to like wah wah, it was like,
well, I think that's the thing I've struggled with Beverly Hills, because like after Eileen Davidson and after like Lisa Rinna and after Kim Richards have left the show, it doesn't feel like there's drama, but it also doesn't feel like any of the relationships are really that authentic sometimes. Like I don't, at this point, I don't really know how Sutton fits into the cast anymore, because it doesn't feel like anyone really adores her anymore. Bose, I really, really, really like. I wish she had more connections to the group, because like it doesn't feel like it feels like they're kind of going through the motions with her. And Rachel Zoe, of all people, I would have thought that she would have known every single person on this class or on this cast, because she feels like such a big
LA
presence. And yeah, like she feels like Beverly Hills, but I'm like, oh, apparently she only really knew Bose. So and maybe that's her in, but I don't know. Like I hope that this isn't another one of the Beverly Hills seasons where it's like we're trying to find something, because like I want to like this show, and I think I told you guys when I originally watched Beverly Hills, like I like the idea of who Kyle Richards used to be, like what she represents, of like that old Hollywood thing where like there's a lot of story there with Big Kathy, and like she's Paris Hilton's aunt, and like there's so much like real stuff there that happened with Kim, and like what's happening, like the ongoing story with Kathy, that like when she lets herself be vulnerable and like honest, like there's good stuff there, but I feel like I haven't seen it from them in a really long time.
I think the last few seasons have gotten really muddied. I think since the whole Erica, Tom embezzlement debacle, I think they got so focused on attacking Erica, and then from there on out, it kind of got turned into just attacking people's kind of show. Where they, last season it was like, we're gonna get on Kyle and we're gonna make Kyle all, like, why aren't you sharing more, all that stuff. So I think they're trying to get back to a place where it's a little bit more exciting and fun. And I think they're even kind of building that, in that they're, I think, addressing it honestly in this episode of they haven't spoken to each other since the reunion, and they're saying like, oh no, I haven't seen. So it's more that they're coming together now that they're filming, but they're not saying that. They're just saying, oh, we're coming together now and we're having this party. I haven't seen you in so long. It's almost like they're old friends catching up. And so I think they're bringing us with them on that journey, and I hope that it goes somewhere nice and back to the good Beverly Hills.
Yeah, it's like work friends.
Yeah,
almost. It's like I'll see you at the office, and during the hiatus, I might text you, but I might not. So, but it does make for awkwardness. I think the Kyle of it all, I do agree. She had bigger moments earlier on in her run as the longest running housewife consecutively, by the way.
Sure.
15 years, as Andy pointed out.
But like that, so this is the thing with Kyle, is like she's the one who gave us like you're such a liar, Camille. Like she's given us really, really good moments. And like I kind of want to like fit, like when you think about like the psychology of all of it, of like when she thought her life was perfect and she had the perfect marriage and she had the perfect family, it's like she didn't feel like she had to protect that space in her life almost, I feel like. So now that it's like, oh, the marriage fell apart, like, and that sucks, and now she's like trying to figure out, it seems like, am I into men, am I into women? And I feel like that has to be in not an uncomfortable place to be, but you're figuring stuff out, right? So it's like maybe that's why she's not giving us everything, but like when Kyle gives you stuff, it's so good. I miss that. I miss it so much.
Yeah, because I think she is like a really, I don't know her obviously, but I think she is a really good person, and she is capable of being vulnerable and breaking down. I think right now you're right, she does pick and choose what she wants to give, and she's not going all in like Dorit, especially in regards to Mauricio. So yeah, I don't know. It's like I definitely hear that, and I also like hear her saying like, what else do I need to do? Like do it like at BravoCon, she was on a panel. She was like, do I need to put a camera on the toilets? But it's like, no, you don't need to like show every little thing, but you could be there are definitely places where you could be a bit more revealing.
Yeah.
But also I feel like if you're not comfortable with your friends to give all that, then you're not going to do it. Like, I think she is actually real
fair.
friends with Erica, but I think the others, it's not the same. And and Kathy, of course, too.
Sure.
So she's not going to give as much, which is just, you still got to give. So I'm more definitely coming around to your point of view, because normally Kyle's my number one, and I'm like, so like aggro when it comes when it comes to her, but I'm like, no, you have a point. So Travis, you have a point.
Well, no, and it's like I don't want to be right about like her not being great, but I think you have a point too, where like I think if you're not comfortable in your friendships, you're not going to feel as comfortable sharing. And I think a big part of the problem is Beverly Hills and in Orange County used to be this way. It's not that bad anymore, but like it's very clear that these women do not hang out in the off season. Like it's I think these women, for better or worse, are work friends, and they're giving what they would give work friends. So I think that we're kind of starting to see that a little bit, because Andy Cohen said it a million times. The best shows are the ones where that they are friends in real life. And like that's why you have Potomac, that is like lightning in a bottle, like Salt Lake City, that is like they know everything about each other. So it's the real thing. So I think you have a point there too, where I don't think Kyle feels comfortable giving everything because she might not trust them as much as you would your best friends.
And I think that they need to have a season where they just are, no one's just at each other. And I know that's part of the joy of watching Housewives shows, is seeing the conflict. But I think if they have a season, or at least a few episodes, where they're just, having fun and it's low key, low pressure, then I think they can start to open up and share things with each other, because they're not going to feel like they're on guard all the time. And that's not just Kyle, that's everyone, including Dorit and all that stuff. I think the other thing that they need is, I think it's great when they have housewives that, you pick a side and you're like, oh, Dorit's great. No, I'm on team Kyle. That's fine. But I think the thing with Camille, or even when LVP was there were people that were staunchly in one corner, like absolutely in one corner or the other. But it was also very clear, Camille's an idiot. Even though you might love her, you're like, she's a little So it was good to see Kyle. You wanted Kyle to say things about her. You wanted Kyle to come for her. Whereas that's not necessarily the case right now, because you're kind of like, well, I'm team Dorit. I don't want that. So that's why it was the other way around. I didn't watch the LVP, but when LVP was on, I just know everyone loved her so much. So it was very easy to dislike Kyle if you liked LVP. So
also her fans were just batshit crazy,
rabid. It's the same thing. It's like it's as bad as Teresa Giudice's. Like,
I was about to say they're neck and neck with tree huggers. Yeah.
It is. And by the way, not going to get into it, but no, I get what you're saying. It's the fandom there gets buck wild.
Absolutely.
But before we dive into like the entire premiere, if you guys could bring back any housewife and or any friend of to Beverly Hills, I have a feeling I know what Jeff's is going to be, but I'm curious, who would it be?
Actually, no, you would think it would be Teddy, but I think for her mental health and for just her health overall, she's fine where she's at with 2 T's and commenting.
Okay.
Like there was a point she was saying that while they were filming this season, she and Kyle did a photo shoot together, and they arrived to filming, and Erica and Dorit were there, and like Dorit's like, Teddy, come on, like put on those clothes, come and like jump in the scene. And Teddy was like, no, I'm not doing that. One, I'm trying to answer. Two, I'm not feeling it, Dorit. So I think overall, it's so interesting because I feel because of her near-death experience, people are like much more welcoming to Teddy, especially at BravoCon. She got so much love, and I think even she was like, "Whoa, this is weird." But I don't think that needs to carry on onto the show. I would say she's never going to do it because she's done with the show. I believe when she says it, I would like to have Lisa Rinna back.
Same.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Lisa. I forgot about Lisa.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Brandy, but
Oh God.
Okay.
I'd like to see some Brandy, especially.
Brandy is not in a good place
That'd
mentally.
be some good TV though.
No, it's really sad. Like
Oh.
mentally and physically, she's not in a good place.
That's
like
true.
she needs help. So she does not need TV.
I think Brandy 2 years ago, I would have really liked to have back on. But like I think you're right. I think reality TV for someone like Brandy Glanville is not a great place to be, because I think it takes every, not insecurity, that's not the right word, but like it takes every like vulnerability you have and it exploits it in a way that like I don't think Brandy Glanville can handle, because that's hard. Lisa Rinna, though, 1,000%, I would love to see Lisa Rinna back, because that is someone who can do reality TV very, very well, and she gets messy and she gets nasty, and I love it. And with her, I would like to see Eileen Davidson, because they were good together.
I love Eileen, and we're soap fans. So like we
YNR all the way.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
we appreciate Eileen. So yeah.
Also, I wouldn't mind seeing, God, what was her name? Vidal Sassoon's daughter, Eden Sassoon. I would like her season again. I thought she was so like I didn't know who she was. I didn't know why she was there, but she is messy, and I like her too.
And a little bit of an oddball.
Oh, 100%. Like she is odd, and like the 90-minute hug she would give, I love it so much.
She had been through a lot of therapy.
They were saying something. I heard a clip that and Jeff Lewis was talking to Crystal, and they were saying maybe she's coming back. And I'm like, why on earth would they bring Crystal back?
I think Crystal, it's so funny. My Spotify Wrapped was like, oh, one of the podcasts you listen to was Humble Brag. And I'm like, maybe twice. Not to throw shade. I just don't find them. But when I have listened to them, I think she and Cynthia have great chemistry. I think she's great off the show. I don't think this was the appropriate group for her to be on the show. In another world, another like iteration of Housewives, or just some sort of like other Bravo show about LA women who are rich, she would be great with her remaining, not the 14 friends who abandoned her, but like her other like super rich friends. So I think she could be good TV, but not in this world.
But I think the takeaway from the Jeff Lewis was that she's probably going to be on a wife swap Housewives edition, which makes sense.
She'd be good on that too.
Yeah,
yes, that's
I think she'd be very good on that, actually. Like, 'cause I think she's a person who, because like the whole song and dance with wife swap is like, oh, like I leave and you learn a lesson. Like that's the thing. And I think Crystal is someone who can like say things in a way that's like honest, but like makes you think. I think she'd be very good at that, actually.
Yeah.
And she also seems like probably a very controlled kind of type A person. So like throwing her maybe in a household that is more laid back would be, similar to like Wendy's episode or anyone's episode. I feel like all the women were like so type A. Like Melissa was just so like, I do this at this time and that time, and I'm based and
you watched all those, didn't you? The wife swap.
I watched I watched a lot of like the stuff that came up on my TikTok, and like I don't know, like I need to like commit a little bit of time to it, like when I like after finals and stuff, but it's just one of those things where I just haven't gotten around to it. But like I seeing what I've seen on TikTok, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good. Like it's gonna be funny. Like I think Wendy Acefos is probably going to be one of the top ones for me, because I love Wendy regardless of like the insurance situation. I love her, so like I'd be very interested to see like how that whole episode plays out.
It's a good one.
That was a good one.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the best one was the first one. The Angie one was the best one.
Actually, okay, so now that I think I would really like Angie's too. I like Angie K. She's like, I love her so much.
Angie K cleaning a toilet. I mean, it just writes itself.
And wasn't it like an
and wasn't
organic
hers?
compostable toilet?
It was because her family that she was swapped, they were off the grid. So
Okay,
there was
that's
no
yeah.
running
They were like in a
water,
cabin
and
somewhere or something crazy
Yeah.
like that.
yeah,
Nice.
it was like beyond the cut, like beyond the cut.
Nice.
Like,
And I feel like she
cut.
would
No,
hate
you're
that
out
stuff.
cuts.
I love it. Cool. So let's dive in. Did you notice
Half hour
how
later.
it's fine? It's fine. You guys are hungover.
No,
It'll be
this is
fine.
great.
No, I
conversation.
love it. No, just dear listeners are just like, when's the roundup happening?
This is the roundup.
This is
We're
the
at
roundup. The opening shots were like art. Like I feel like they went with like a new production company or something, because like the opening shots, I've never seen them look that good on Beverly Hills.
They're so pretty, and like the lighting was amazing, and yeah, I think there was a different production situation going on and different cameras.
I do feel like whoever it was watched a lot of Atlanta, because there was so much
Slow-mo
slow-mo walking.
Yes.
I know
But then
that's
you get
a thing
Erica
that they're
Jane like
doing.
washing her car. Like I thought
Yeah.
that was so fun. Like it's like good. I was like, she's never done that a day in her life, but I love it. Like I'll take it.
Well, I even asked, I was like, did she rent that just so she could wash it? And then Jeff's like, no, she actually bought that
She
Porsche.
bought that Porsche.
I love it. But then Dorit and Bose get the opening scene, and I forgot how gorgeous Bose is. Like she is so pretty. Like and there's like she does not have a flaw. And I guess Bose and Dorit have gotten super close, and Dorit and PK have not been having a great time with the divorce. So it seems like Bose has been a really like incredible friend during this experience, which is not shocking at all. Like I feel like I would have expected that from Bose, but Kyle has not been there as much, and I feel like that's also not shocking. Just
No, not at
from
all.
my perspective.
No, Kyle
but to be-
also strikes me as someone who, I think you burn her, she definitely holds a grudge.
Well, but she texted her 4 days later. At least it was like within the week. What does she want?
I'm gonna leave that alone.
I mean,
No, I'm being funny.
if one of my good friends took 4 days to text me, after get in touch after I filed divorce, that would be, Also, though, in her defense, if I filed divorce, I would text my friend and say, hey, so I just filed divorce today.
Just a heads up so you don't see it in the news.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess if you're not going to tell me about it and I find about it in the news, then you can wait 4 days.
But yeah, but at this point, Bose is Dorit's ride or die. So,
I feel like Bose, to her credit, I think she would be ride or die for many people that just,
oh, for sure,
that gave her respect and showed like kindness, and like was actually genuinely warm and friendly with.
Well, yeah, I think she says like in the segment, if Kyle were to open up to me, I would be, there for her and have a true friendship.
Yeah.
But if not, then we're just going to be good acquaintances, and that's valid. That's a valid point.
But I think
I
that's
also
something
feel
that
like Bose would be ride or
Bose...
die for me. She makes me feel safe.
But yeah, I think that's just great about Bose, and I think it's something when you see her as a viewer, you're just like, oh, she's just definitely a warm person who just really wants to, spread her personality. And
she seems very sincere, like in the scenes, even like in the scenes at the end, like she's not bullshitting.
Right?
She is who she is, and I think she would be a good friend, like a real friend in real life to these ladies.
Oh, 100%. And the thing about Bose, like the one thing that keeps standing out to me about her, and I don't know if it was an interview or like where I heard it, but like she talked about how when she took over as the marketing director for, it was either Pepsi or Apple Music or Beats by Dre, I can't remember which one, but like she talked about, it was like almost immediately after her husband had passed, and she walked in and she was like, I can't lose. This has to work, because like I have nothing else right now. And like I think that like she's been someone that's like torn down to a level that like I don't think a lot of people understand. So like what you're seeing, I think, is like is a healed person, A, and B is someone that like is like I have to put like good out into the world, because like I like it's just I love everything about her.
Yeah, that makes sense. I never really thought about that, because you were saying Teddy and going through what she's gone through. I'm sure with Bose and losing her husband and everything, that's got to be a completely life-changing situation.
For sure.
Yeah.
But then we head over to Kyle's house, and they're like talking about the oldest, or not the oldest daughter, but the second oldest daughter's engagement, and the daughters have grown up so much, and like there's like they are all so gorgeous too. Like there's not an ugly person like in this group. Like they're all so pretty.
Just 4 shades of Kyle.
What'd you say?
Like 4 shades of Kyle, basically.
Yes. They all look like they could be Kyle's daughter. Like, and then we like get the wedding album from like Kyle and Mauricio's wedding, and like you see Kyle, who looks much more similar to like she did in season 1 than she does now. And I know all these women have had work, and like I'm fine. Like I love an elective surgery because I'm also on my 3rd nose. But like Kyle never needed the work. Like Kyle has always looked really good. So like, God, like she's also beautiful.
I couldn't believe when she points out that Mauricio was 25. I was just like, first off, is it just the old photo of it all that you're just like that man is not 25 in that photo? But okay,
he looks very young. I think it's just the old photo of it all.
Yeah. I'm not used to seeing, you see that an old photo album that thick. You're just like, okay, is he from the 50s? No.
But and then we meet Rachel Zoe, and I forgot how much I love her. Like I used to watch the Rachel Zoe project like a million years ago. I forgot I really loved her a lot.
I did too. Yeah, I was like very much into I Die and Bananas and all that. I feel like I did, when the show ended, I did take the side of Brad over Rachel and that whole thing.
Really?
And so I felt like Brad is just, aside from being a great stylist, I think he's just really funny when he does like those parody clips on his Instagram of like Beverly Hills or other Housewives shows. And I love his husband Gary, and so I'm like very invested in following him on the Instagram. But yeah, I haven't really followed Rachel at all. I remembered she has the 2 sons, and when it was announced that she was coming to the show, I'm like, okay. And it's like, oh, she's getting divorced, okay. But I love the old clips with her and Roger. I think maybe that's the next segment with her that we get to.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, that's right. They work together, and they would fight sometimes. Okay, yeah, okay.
I forgot how bad the fights were, because like they were kind of nasty to each other. Like looking back on it, like
you shouldn't have your husband as your CEO of your company.
Yeah, and the clips they showed, I never watched Rachel Zoe project. I only ever saw it in clips on like The Soup or things like that. But when they were showing him, they definitely on Beverly Hills gave him the air of what a whiny baby. Like, is that how it came off on Rachel Zoe as well at the time?
I think it was all, thinking he was the man behind her, but she got all of the fame. So maybe he was a little annoyed by that, perhaps.
It definitely showed he was annoyed.
But so Rachel goes over to Kathy Hilton's house to help her get ready for a trip, and like the entire time she's doing this, all I kept thinking to myself is how great would it be to have a friend like Rachel Zoe just to come over and like pick out outfits for you, because like, goddamn, like.
She's like, no, I don't like that.
Well, first she'd probably burn my closet first and foremost.
Oh.
This is not a good color scheme.
Yeah.
I have to say, like, the thing that stood out for me most in that scene was how normal Kathy was being. Like, how's it going? How are you doing? What's going on with Roger? Oh, that's tough. Like, she was being a really good talk to, and not being like, let me cut these things. Here's some jeans, Kyle.
Yeah.
I wonder if she got like media training or something, because like the differences we're seeing in Kathy right now, I'm just like it's wild, but I'm like, she's not crazy right now, but like and maybe this is just how she is one-on-one, like instead of being in a group and like needing to pull focus. But like I thought like Kathy, it shocked me that she was a pretty good friend to Rachel in that moment.
Yeah.
Very much so. Yes.
Yeah. So Erica heads over to Kyle's house, and they're getting ready for like a get together at Sutton's house, and then we like go over to Sutton's house, and like while they're also getting ready for it, that party planner was cute. Liked him.
Yes. I'll agree with you on that.
Do you need a party planner for like 6 people coming to your house?
You know what? I'll let Sutton have that. When you have endless amounts of, well, she's getting like $30,000 a month in alimony. Like she probably has a party planner for like a brunch.
Like 30. I feel like she's getting a lot.
Yeah. But it was the premiere. It was for filming for sure. So she wanted to put her best foot forward.
I think the most interesting, it was like, yes, it's great you're back together with your mom and you're in a good place, which that's really surprising that like Housewives helped to get her closer to her mom. So good on that. That can be her rose of last season. And then Garcelle being the thorn, obviously. But I think the most interesting thing from those scenes at the lunch at her house was talking about the annulment and how that's
I wrote this down too.
Oops, sorry. How is that a thing?
Yeah, how are you married for 17 years with 3 children and then the church is just like annulled? I mean, I know that Catholic Church can do some questionable things, but that seems
They
really
can make
odd.
marriages disappear.
That's just so weird.
I wonder if it's like one of the things like they talk about it on Salt Lake City where it's like you're sealed in the Church of Latter-day Saints. So I wonder if it's like a similar thing to that where it's not like annulment's just a word that they're using that's making it go away. Like it's like the unsealing or whatever. But when Sutton was talking about this, like I was just like, I don't know that I would care. Like the marriage is over. Like it's you're divorced.
Right.
The divorce is final. I don't know that I would care about like the like religious piece of it because I'm also not religious, so like maybe that's why I don't get it. But like the one piece I did understand was where it was addressed to her maiden name, and like that was like a real kick in the balls to her. Like I get that because it's like, oh, I never existed to you. Like that I will buy. Like
yeah,
I was never
the rest
Sutton
of it.
Strack. I'm just Sutton Brown, and now I'm done with you. He's
Right.
an interesting fellow, this Christian.
I don't know anything about him. Like I only know what I've heard about him on the show, and I'm just like, oh, he's a rich dick. Like, okay,
yeah,
right. But like in the way that like he's one of those stereotypical sounding, just like I have money and I'll get my way. Just rest assured. And it's like, oh,
right.
That's gross.
Did I knock the mic? Is it still...
No, you're fine.
Okay,
You're
okay.
Yeah. He'd tell us he couldn't hear us if it stopped recording.
Oh, I promise I would tell you. Yeah, you're good.
Yes.
And then Kyle announces that she has a party coming up, and we get like a flashback to Kyle and Dorit fighting because she says that she's inviting Dorit, and I forgot how intense that fight was. Like Dorit like came out swinging. Like I forgot how crazy that
Literally. They both were about to like come across the table. I was like, what is this, Jersey?
And until they showed that, I completely forgot, and it didn't connect in my head that maybe Kyle was in kind of teaming up with Sutton to be kind of against Dorit, or at least for a friend in crime with Dorit this season. Because they were at each other. Yeah, I didn't think about that either until like I was like, oh, okay, this makes more sense that maybe she's and Erica's there. They're trying to maybe not rally forces, but at least say, hey, if Dorit comes for us, maybe we'll get each other, that sort of thing. So
I think Dorit's also probably thinking like, I need a friend. I don't have Garcelle, so I'm gonna like that. She was so like excited to see Erica in a way that Sutton's never been excited to see Erica, and I'm like, okay, this is convenient, but
yeah. But they also get into a little bit how Sutton fired her assistant Avi, and she says that nothing really happened. And I simply don't buy that. Like I think there's something else there that like either like she was she was mean to him. Like she was not kind to him, and I like either he had enough of that and like that was what happened, or like there was something else. Like but I don't buy that it was just like a parting of the ways. Like
so
no,
she got asked that at BravoCon what happened, because they left it on the cliffhanger, and so people were like, well, what did happen? And she explained what she said, I just don't need a personal assistant anymore, blah 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 blah. My theory,
but you need a party planner for 6 people,
right?
Right.
My theory is he saw how good and well received he was on the show and wanted a lot more money. And that's my guess. Because think about it.
Okay.
People are asking about him. Fans ask about him. I think one of the quirkiest things about Sutton was that she had this,
butler.
Man butler, and helped her around. So that was kind of, her sidekick almost. And so I think that might have been like, hey, I want to get paid a little bit more. And she's like, I may be on the show, but I'm not going to pay you more money just because you're on the show with me, So that's my guess, and that's maybe why she, doesn't want to bring it up. But also, if I didn't realize he was with her for that as long as she said he was.
Yeah, it was a long time. Yeah,
I know. So that's my guess of what happened, and I have to imagine that if you did tell someone who has been with you for so many years that no, I'm not going to, it would get messy for sure.
Yeah,
so,
because then it becomes like transactional and less of a friendship.
Yeah.
So,
well, and I think that's kind of where I felt like it was I think Avi realized like, oh, this isn't and maybe it's on one side or the other. One of them realized like, oh, this isn't the friendship I thought it was, and the other one was like, oh, this is just transactional to this person.
Right.
Like that's, I think, you probably have something there actually.
And there's probably a wicked tight NDA, or else we'd be hearing some stories about all the ocean spray in her purse.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, probably.
For sure. I didn't think about that. Yeah,
but I didn't realize that he was with her like while she was married, even like that long.
I don't recall seeing him on her first season when
Right.
she was like a friend of. So
I wonder if it was one of those things where they were trying to figure out where she fit into the cast, so like they didn't give like the rest of their lives, because they do this where it's like, oh, you find out that this person has like a kid or like a boyfriend or whatever, because like I don't remember hearing about Bose's boyfriend at all last year either, and we like got more about him. So I think it's like the introduction of the person comes before you know anything about them.
And then also too, like she was supposed to be full time her first season, but Christian wouldn't sign off on having the kids on the show, so it made it so she could only be a friend because she couldn't show her personal story,
right?
Basically,
sure.
Which was then a horse. Like, thanks. We're glad you're a full-time housewife. Here's a horse.
Okay, Kyle. What did you do? You got a horse.
Although I think that was Sutton's third season was when she got the horse. But anyway,
that was a good line.
And the fact that they open with Sutton and the damn horse this season.
I don't need any more of that horse. I don't need any more.
Like she was orgasmic, like I'm on a horse, y'all.
But then the picture of PK kissing another woman comes up, and I didn't love that Kyle immediately jumps in and she's like, he didn't know that picture was being taken. Like, so I don't.
No, I should like things can be left unsaid, but I think she checked herself and was like, nope, don't talk to him. Nope, don't talk to him all. PK who? What? Nope, don't. Lost his phone number. Sorry. No jokes, no memes.
I'm still a firm believer of, you can talk to people after they're divorced if you were actually friends with both parties. But I'm glad that Kyle is at least playing down that she might still be talking to him.
Yeah.
My whole thing is like, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I agree with you. She could have like kept that to herself of like, to his credit. No. No to his credit. No devil's advocate. Just zip it.
Yeah. Like just. Because like Dorit and Kyle were very, very good friends. I don't know that Kyle was ever that close to PK. And like I feel like what's happening now is she's becoming friends with PK, or she's like her friendship with PK is deepened because she doesn't like Dorit right now.
And just I'm being petty. Like I didn't like what you did at the reunion when you exposed my text to Erica, and going into the next season, I was like, well, I'm going to be cool PK just to like spite her. Just be petty. Like, just admit you're being petty.
I don't know. I can see a little bit. I can see a little bit like when they would do double date dinners, which seemed to be really kind of the only time we get the impression that they would actually hang out.
Right.
Is when Mo and Kyle and PK and Dorit would do dinners together. I could see, because she's already like, I deal with, Dorit all the time on camera. I could see her being a little bit more attentive to PK during these moments and like listening to what he has to say and kind of connecting more with him, because she already knows Dorit at that point.
But it's so funny because she would, after she and Dorit had that falling out, she really downplayed how many times they did hang out as couples. Like she was like, we went on one trip. It wasn't that deep.
Right.
So I think there was like kind of like they were close to a certain extent, but I think they all kind of grew apart in a bit, like especially when
I just know that like when we have dinner with other couples, like if one of them is my friend I've known for years, I'm like, well, I already know what's going on with him. I'm going to listen to what she's saying or what he's saying, and so that I could think be a thing. And also, this is the first time I think, I don't normally notice how long-winded Dorit is. I know that's the long-running joke and everything, but in her first, I think, confessional or whatever, she was just like saying the same thing 4 different times. And I was like, do you need a thesaurus, lady? Like, are you just backstage looking up more words? And 'cause I was just like, you need to cut it down. So I don't know if that's how that she's always been, and now I've just noticed. But I feel like
It's how she's always been.
Oh,
I promise.
Yeah. I think somebody made the comment, maybe it was you, or maybe I just had this thought. For a long time, Dorit, people were not feeling Dorit and wanted her to be fired. And then she like came with this resurgence of like her first season, in terms of how she was acting last season. And everyone was like, oh my God, we love this Dorit. And like she's like giving it back to Kyle, and the smoking in the car.
Oh my God, at BravoCon.
Oh, the smoking in the car. Oh.
She was relying on that cigarette like a crutch at BravoCon. Like every time she opened her mouth, there was something about a cigarette. You're like, oh, for Christ's sake!
Like
lady.
someone on the red carpet was like, "Are you still smoking?" She's like, "Yes, I am." And I'm like, "Okay, let's not applaud that."
But do you like the thing about the cigarette? Like, and I know it's like it's a weird way to get there. The cigarette, I swear to God, I think it made her relatable. I think it made her a real person, because for a very long time, Dorit was like the most. You know, you aren't getting her real life. You know, like there was the financial troubles that we weren't hearing about. You know that there was a lot like that was just being hidden from you. And then like I think you get the cigarette, and it was the same thing with Luann in New York, where like the walls come down a little bit, and then it's like, oh, I'm getting a real person, and I'm like, and she just smokes like the rest of us. Or not, I mean, not me, but like God bless. But I love her, that cigarette. I think it's the greatest thing ever.
There were so many people with so many t-shirts of that picture of her smoking the cigarette on their chest, and I'm like, okay, whatever.
I put that cigarette on the Bestie Approved Instagram to like announce that we were doing this collab.
But I was going to say, I think she's really came into the season really feeling herself and feeling the love and attention she got and goodwill she got from the fans. So I'm interested to see how it makes her act with this current season, because she could be a bit insufferable of being like, I'm the new fan favorite, like I smoked a cigarette.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
And then the main road comment in the reunion.
Oh my God, the main road. Yes.
I am a big fan of the Queen of Sheba comment though, because my mom would always say that.
And so we head over to Rachel's house, and the producer asks her, like, do you miss coming home to a man? And Rachel just goes, no. I thought that was so kind. I love her so much.
I didn't know they'd been together for like 33 years.
Yeah, like it was, they were together for
adult life.
I think like 17 or 18 years before she had kids. Like it was, they were together a long time.
That's crazy.
It was a while, yeah. But I thought she was being very open, and like you do the math with the new girlfriend.
Oh yeah, like, and I thought that was very interesting, because it's like, I get like you never, like when you're going through a divorce, it's like you don't want to like just throw a ton of gas on the fire of like people hating your ex, but like I also think she does deserve to be honest about like what went down, and I think this is her way of doing it, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I don't think, much like PK, I doubt we're going to see Roger on the show, especially when you have comments when she's basically saying that he spends more time with his girlfriend than his kids. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, that's
rough.
But yeah. But like if that's your lived experience, you deserve to tell that. But at least she's not being nasty about it. She's like, it is what it is. And I think this is what I've always really appreciated about Rachel Zoe, is that what you see is what you get with her. And like, that's what I believe about her.
Yeah,
that's true.
And apparently we're going to get a lot of really tall platform shoes.
Yeah.
Lots of them.
I think those are in right now.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, it's a thing right now. Bo's goes to dinner with Erica, and that is a sight for sore eyes. I've said it every single time we've gotten into a scene. They are beautiful. Like everyone on this cast is so gorgeous. But Erica starts talking about how she was performing in London, and it was about to be like the show of a lifetime. She was going to give the gays everything they wanted. And she finds out about Tom Girardi getting sentenced. And I want to hear more about this. Like, I want to hear more about like what that's doing to her, because I think let's just take everything she's saying at face value. Like, okay, so you are with a man, you believe everything's above board, you don't know anything's going on, you know that you have your Aaron Brockovich lawyer husband is bringing in tons and tons of money, and then like the wheels fall off. I want to hear more about like the aftermath of that, because I think that is so interesting.
Yeah, to have someone, I think she's probably grieving, of like
Yes.
one, the marriage and the man who she used to know, who's no
Or who
longer
she
with
thought she
them.
knew.
Yeah, exactly. And then also the lifestyle that she once had and who she thought she was as Mrs. Girardi. And, to now like be going on with this new life and this new situation. And I think she's doing well, but she's
Oh
talked
yeah.
on 2Ts about, with Teddy about like being depressed and therapy and being in a really bad place and intrusive thoughts and all that. So, yeah, I think there's people who think like Erica is like just bullshit and like she's like this horrible person. I think that's not true. I think there's
No.
many layers, and she wasn't just like this woman living off the riches of her husband. She wanted a life for herself, and she loved this guy.
Well, and also let's admit it. I mean, if you found yourself married to a guy with that much money, you were probably,
I wouldn't ask a single question.
And on top of it, you'd be like, I don't have to worry about a goddamn thing for the rest of my entire life.
Yeah.
And you would have planned your dream retirement years ago and just been like, I'm set. And to have all that yanked out from under you, for whatever reason, it's gotta be crazy.
That's true too.
But
yeah.
What I will say though is like even more than that, like I am so interested to see like now that like the case is closed, now that like we've got not all the answers, but all for the most part, all the answers we're gonna get. I'm so excited to see like how the rebuilding is going, because like what we've already seen, like I mean, she was at the lowest of her low. Like she was walking into like a TJ Maxx or something, and like I remember that interview from a parking garage where she was like, I don't want to, like that's just like she was mad, and now we see her like kind of coming out of that. I'm very excited to see like what comes next for her.
Yeah, now that her backyard is remodeled, we can get some real information.
It was the pool house, the cabana.
Thank you. I kept wanting to say casita, but that's on Orange County.
Not a casita.
You only have casitas in Orange County.
Yeah. They touch briefly on Erica dating another guy, and I think that's kind of exciting. I want to see like Erica kind of be a slut. I'm gonna be super real. Like I just want her I want her to get into like her sexual bag, because like I love her. Like she can do no wrong in my eyes. But then they get into Sutton and how it would appear that like a lot of her really close friends are falling apart, or her close friendships are falling apart. They're setting Sutton up to be the villain this season.
Oh,
100%.
for sure. But also, I pointed out to Jeff, I just don't think Sutton has any friends in real life. Like, I hate saying that, but like
a lot of good friends.
Because it seems like she was so excited to be filming again and have the ladies over, and like she seemed especially chattery with them. And when they talked about Garcelle, like what was going on with all that stuff, it just struck me as she gets her socialization through probably her charity work and like being on the boards of things. And that's probably why she was so worried at Magic Mike about what the ballet would think, because that's probably like her only interactions. Because it seems like when she's not with her kids or her mom or with the show, she's sitting at home doing what?
With Reba.
Well, I think she's excited too. I think that was a good point. I think she's excited too, because like the kids are now going to be all gone. Avi's gone. Garcelle's gone. So yeah, it's like she's like, I don't know what to do with myself.
I feel like when Kyle pointed out that it was going to be an empty nest, that it was mostly shade. She's like, oh, what are you going to do now that you're all alone in this house? And then she's turned it around to be like, because I am going to be too,
Yeah.
But it was definitely like kind of a dig at like, what are you going to do over here, loner loser girl?
Yeah. But I like what Erica and Bose were saying. Like, we need to see consistency from Sutton. Like, just be
I agree.
you. I hope she's funner this season than last, because she came really hot at Dorit for whatever reason. I did find myself, and it's really strange because I liked Sutton in this episode.
Really?
I don't know why. I felt okay. We're in a good place. I don't understand why, because I normally do not like Sutton at all.
I think I'm still mad at Sutton for the fallout with Garcelle, because like someone that I have nothing bad to say about Garcelle, and like I think what we're getting about like the fallout of the friendship there, I don't think we're getting the full story at all. Like like because we're not really getting anything. I don't like the assertion from Dorit that it was like, oh, was that more of an alliance or a friendship? Because I wholeheartedly believe Garcelle was probably a really, really good friend, and that might have not been reciprocated. And I don't like the way that they're painting Garcelle because she's not there to defend herself, and B, I like Garcelle was one of my favorite housewives. Like I don't like what's going on with her right now.
Yeah. I also don't like that everyone's all surprised. Well, what happened there? It's like, what do you mean what happened there? Like,
she got fed up with you, then she left, and Sutton should have been like, wait 1 minute, Andy Cohen, and like gone after, just make sure, like, are you okay? Like some sort of check-in. Like, I'm obligated to do this picture. I guess maybe not, because Garcelle could just walk off, but I'm gonna do this picture, but I want to make sure you're okay. Can we talk after this? Like, I want,
Well, we also kind of get confirmation of that being like exactly what you're saying being the case, because Jennifer Tilly gets up from like some dinner or something and says, this is why Garcelle left, because it's always all about Sutton.
Yeah.
So just I'm on Garcelle's side, like 100% of that. I am.
Well, in that regard, I agree, because it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that like Sutton just wanted to be part of the popular girls and was going to kiss ass until she got there. And watching that as Garcelle had to have been absolutely infuriating.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
but the dinner with Erica and Bose, I like Erica and Bose's friendship. I'm excited to see how this blossoms a little bit, because I think they're probably going to be very fun together.
Oh yeah,
they're cool. Yeah, there's like just two girlfriends gossiping. Like, let's talk about this girl.
And they're two cool girls. Like, they're just cool. Yes. But then we head over to Kyle's party, and then everyone starts showing up, and the morally corrupt Faye Resnick is there, and I'm so excited about that.
With the non-Dorit.
Yes. If only Kathy had been there, she just said, I thought you were Dorit.
Yes.
Oh God.
I do love a Faye Resnick appearance. Yes.
I do too. I think she's I want more of her. Like I like when we do get her, when she comes out and she's like, yeah, I wrote about you in my book. It wasn't anything pejorative. Like I the way she's just like, it's so nasty, but it's delivered in like a package that's so beautiful. I love her so much.
Yeah, like Faye went up against like Camille, Catherine, and Brandy, like on the reg.
Yes. And like she holds up, like she holds her own very well.
Yes. I mean, she is morally corrupt. We want to give into the OJ of it all, but she's morally corrupt.
Yes. But she's my morally corrupt Faye Resnick, and I love it. So everyone's showing up. Bose's hair is down to her knees, and like I think it is so kind. I love her so much, and like she is never missed with the look. She looks so good.
I love so much that they were like, I don't want to give too much Cher. Like, not there's anything wrong with Cher. We love Cher. We love Cher.
But
then she showed up, and we were both like, yeah, it's a little Cher.
Had it just been like total mid, like center part down to her butt, then that would have been Cher. So she had to like do up a little bit to like make it less Cher.
But like, so Bose goes up to Dorit and says, like, she tells her that she looks lighter, and like the way she said it, I felt like she was speaking directly into Dorit's soul, like, and it felt so kind the way she was saying it. Like I love Bose. I love her so much.
You're right. I think she is a genuinely kind person. So you could tell that. I don't know if you watched her show with Jimmy Fallon on Brand.
That's come on a couple of times. Like I haven't like paid. It's been like background noise while I've been doing homework, but I want to watch it like and actually watch it, because I think it's very good.
It's so good because one, you're seeing her like in her element talking about marketing, but two, she was like legit kind to like the contestants and like had great chemistry with Jimmy. And she's just like, that's just who you see is what you see is what you're getting with Bose. There's no like pretense. It's just like, hi, I'm Bose. God, I keep using this microphone.
You're okay.
It's not normally there in your defense.
I have all the feelings.
It'll be a good sound effect. So Dorit isn't looking for a fight with Sutton, but like I mean, she says she's not looking for a fight, but I feel like it's very much like a knuck if you buck situation. Like when when Sutton like says something, Dorit's gonna be ready to fight. I can't
Don't
wait.
start, none won't be none.
Yeah. And then Sutton shows up and they talk a little bit about the annulment, and like it just gets so immediately awkward. Like, and I think Crystal had something when she originally said this, that like you're just an awkward person. Like she
Yes.
brings an air of awkwardness to everywhere she goes.
It's like she walks in the scene and it's like, oh, Sutton, okay. Not like Debbie Downer, but more just sort of like, it is awkward energy of like, I don't know where I should go, y'all.
I don't know what to do with my
like,
hands.
My hands. I got this flower dress.
I think it's also got to be one of those things where, like, you know, you're sitting there with a group of friends and you're all talking about, you know, a movie you just saw, and then, you know, then that one person walks in and like, oh, what you talking about? And it's like,
Yes,
oh, we saw this movie, and they're like, oh, well, one time I saw a movie, and it's like, yeah, but we're talking about this movie, and now you're all of a sudden talking about how you went to a movie 10 years ago. What the hell are you doing?
Yeah,
it's a non sequitur. You're a non sequitur person.
Yes, and I mean, it's that shit's awkward, very awkward.
Oh yeah. Then the girls
I
get
probably just
into
did it
the way.
Sorry,
Wait, what'd you say? No.
I said I probably just did a Sutton awkwardness right there myself. But go ahead.
No, you've never been awkward a day in your life, baby. You're fine.
What did you think, being a Garcelle fan, of how Sutton handled them coming at her about Garcelle and like kind of defending her more so in confessional than necessarily in scene, like in the crying and the, what was your take on that?
I appreciate the way, this is hard. I appreciate the way she left the door open. Like, because it was like, I texted her, because what I will buy is that if Sutton did something wrong, I believe either A, she doesn't believe she did something wrong, or B, she has no idea what she did wrong. So the way I look at that is she's coming at it from a place of genuineness, saying, okay, I left the door open. I texted her. She didn't text me back. I texted her every day for a while, and I didn't hear anything back. And like,
girl, you blocked.
Yeah. But then like when you take it one step further, and she's like, how did she put it? She said, I hope it was an alliance. Because like I do not like the way Dorit said that. I think that she's trying to protect like what the idea of the friendship with Garcelle was, even if it wasn't, if it wasn't portrayed exactly the way it was. I think she's trying to protect that, and I did appreciate that about Sutton. I will say that.
Yeah, I agree. When she said like, you know, that was my best friend, I was like, I didn't get best friend, but again, we're only seeing a portion of their lives on this show.
I believe that they probably were best friends in Sutton's mind. Probably, I'll
buy
that
in Sutton's mind, but I think maybe Garcelle, like towards the end, especially, was like, I'm not getting that energy from you, so I just need to walk away from this because you're not giving best friend in this moment. You know, you're giving a little bit of try hard.
And maybe that's kind of where we're getting the thing. Like when you take it forward to Jennifer Tilly saying it's always all about Sutton, maybe Sutton doesn't realize that. Maybe it's like a non-self-awareness thing. And like as far as Sutton was concerned, they were best friends, but Sutton, it was all about Sutton. And like she wasn't giving what Garcelle needed. So maybe there's something. And here's the thing, if Sutton can like listen to Garcelle and hear what she did wrong, because it does sound like she tried to reach out and say, hey, what happened? And Garcelle just wasn't in a place to give that to her. If she's in a place to hear it when it does come back, I can get over being mad at Garcelle I can get over being mad at Sutton for the Garcelle situation if she's willing to fix it.
No, that makes sense.
I agree.
Yeah. But then we get into the way Dorit is like handling the divorce and like telling the kids about the divorce.
Oh,
I did not like this because like
no.
Because here's the thing, you at some point you have to tell the kids. The kids are like little, like her kids are like under the age of 10, I think, right?
No, I think the oldest is 11.
Jagger's 11.
I think it's 9 and 11.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's still very young.
That's still super young, and like I don't know that they're old enough to conceptualize divorce yet. And when when Mauricio and Kyle were going through the divorce, all the kids were, I mean, if not all of them, the majority of the kids were over 18 and out of the house. And she said, well, the girls just came to me and made me be honest. And I'm like, yeah, because they read the tabloids and they know what's going on, and they're on social media. These kids are little, and like however Dorit is handling it and however Dorit chooses to present it to her kids is fine. Like, I don't like the way they did this.
There's no advice to give because your child is different from Dorit's child, and not just in age, but also just in how the relationship with their father or whatever. So I think it's just okay. That's how you're handling it. Cool. I know. It should have just been posed as I'm just curious what they know, and then good. You told me what they know. Now let's drop it.
Right. I mean, I think the two things that are strange there is that Dorit said, "Oh yeah, no, they know," but then like when they asked, "Well, how do they know?" She was very cagey about, oh, well, I didn't actually sit down and talk to them, but they figured it out. And I think, had she just said that, we haven't talked to them about it, but they figured it out. We haven't sat down yet. But before you get there, I also think just bringing the children into the conversation on a Housewives show, I automatically back up like, oh, they do not do that.
You're not going to win that.
Don't talk about the children. Don't do it. So I was just like, it doesn't go anywhere good.
Yeah.
I think it's fine to ask, like, how are they doing? Like, how are they handling it? That's where you leave it. Like, you leave it, you back away, and you say, because, like, this is the thing is, like, it's such a sensitive subject. Like, and Dorit is also one of these people where if you ask her something like that and she feels an ounce of judgment against it, she will come out swinging. Because the one thing I do believe about Dorit is she is very protective of her kids, and that's one of those things where I'm like, not with Dorit, baby, not with her.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's like last year when like Sutton interrupted Dorit when she was talking to the kids about what was going on, and it was very rude. I also think coming into that scene when Dorit said, when Bo said, "Oh, you seem so light today," and Dorit's response was, "No, I'm not good." I think she came into that scene like not in a good place and not feeling like wanting to like deal with this shit.
Sure.
And so she just was like, I don't want to deal with this. But what I did like is how quickly I think just Dorit loves a new girl. She like synced up with Rachel so quick.
Yeah,
they've done the same age, but she was like, "Oh, tell me more." Oh, it was like just like Bo was at that party last year. Like, "Oh, new girl, yes, I feel you. Our auras are connecting."
Well, Rachel is so chic though, so that might be part of that.
And they look very similar, but apparently they've gotten.
She's as chic as the wind chimes.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, this is one thing I do appreciate about Dorit is like, I don't feel like when a new person comes into the group, the person is ostracized by Dorit, especially because like this is something with Housewives where it gets very problematic when the new girl comes, because we saw it with Crystal, like how awful they were to Crystal. Like I think Dorit is actively trying to change that, and I think that's great.
Yeah.
Be the welcoming committee, because then you come off better for the fans too.
100%.
It's just the difference. I think it's the difference between when there's a new girl, some people are waiting for them to come to me and show me why you should be on the show, versus I'm going to come to you and welcome you onto the show.
Yeah.
And I can see someone being either way, but I definitely prefer the way I prefer the welcome wagon to the like
unwelcome wagon. Like Vicky was notorious for doing that with new people. She was like, "What are you doing on my show?"
Yeah.
Like,
well, and this is the thing is, I appreciate the welcome wagon because I don't buy this notion of like figuring out why someone like has earned their spot on the show, because I'm going to tell the producers figured that out. Like that's none of my business. Like that's as far as if I were a housewife, but that's just me.
No, I agree with that.
But then Rachel asked to read like if she's bothered about PK and like the picture of everything, and I liked Dorit's response to it, but then she proceeds to say that someone tried to set her up with Mauricio in, I think, Vale or like wherever they were, and Rachel's gonna be messy. Like I'm so excited.
I was surprised by how open and like willing to like go there she was. I didn't think she'd be cold, but I thought she would just maybe be a bit like, I'm a little aloof here. I don't know you people as well. But she was just like getting in it, like, someone said Mauricio and I should date.
But I think she felt safe doing that because it was such a like, well, I obviously wouldn't do that.
Right.
And it's a little bit probably stings Kyle to hear that just thrown around so lightly. But at the same time, it's like, well, no, I wouldn't do that because when I know who this person is and I know what's going on, like I don't want part of that mess. And
I think Kyle's reaction shot was like, whatever. I don't see it.
I think Kyle was a little bothered by it for sure.
Well, it was funny on Watch What Happens Live. She said, and she's like, this isn't a dig to her, but she was like, she's too old for Mauricio. Because he's dating like 20 somethings that are like the age of his daughters. And he
yeah.
So
anyway, but that I realized we didn't get any Jennifer Tilly this episode.
That's what,
like, at all.
Yeah. I think the next episode she hosts the nude model party at her place.
Okay.
No, but still, I would have liked to see her with the crown and being Tilly.
That would have been nice.
We also didn't get the new girl who I can't remember.
Nicole?
Amanda?
Natalie? Amanda, I think you're right.
Amanda or Ashley, something like that.
Natalie,
yeah. But like,
okay,
is she like, is it going to be one of those things where she's introduced like halfway through the season, like they've done before? Because that's, I don't know. Like I'd be very interested to see her, and also her husband or boyfriend, whoever she's with, is hot, and I want to see more of him.
I think she's on introduced next episode. I don't know whose friend she is, but I think it's gonna be next episode. Yeah,
nice. But like this premiere, and maybe we've gotten very used to like Salt Lake City and Potomac premieres where like it is high drama, but like I don't feel like I got anything here, and like I hope they give us more this season, because it does feel like we're gonna get something later, but I don't know, like I don't want to be disappointed by Beverly Hills again. I really don't.
I can see that. I felt like good about it. I felt we got eased into the new season with this first episode, and it was just like pretty rich women doing pretty rich things, but then there was a bit of like shade here and there and some like follow up on things from last season. So I thought like it was fine for like the first episode, but I think for sure they definitely need to like bring more drama, which I think is coming. The next
I think they definitely, like I said, I think they want to go into the season and make it a little bit lighter and not as gang up pile on. And I think that's probably why they bring they probably realized it was a little too light and people were avoiding stuff, and I think that's probably why they bring in the new girl, because she definitely seems to be piled on.
Yeah, I think everyone's coming.
But also, I think a lot of the trailer, as is prone to be, is very misleading. I think when they show like Kathy saying, "You need to know your place," I don't think she's actually saying that to anyone in any real capacity. She's just saying, when that sort of thing happens, you need to know your place. Like it's all these things are definitely edited in a way where it's not going to be as nearly dramatic as it's led to be. But so I'm still with you and wondering, are we going to be disappointed by Beverly Hills this season?
I hope not. I hope there's to talk about. And
I'll tell you that Beverly Hills is probably the worst about like this whole editing thing, because like with Salt Lake City, with Potomac, with even Miami, like you're getting chaos in the trailer, but like you're still like when you see it in real time, it's like, oh, I wasn't completely misled. Beverly Hills is bad about this though.
Yeah,
it's a little bait and switch. Yeah. What I'm most interested in seeing is the friendship breakdown between Erica and Kyle and Dorit.
Really?
Kyle was saying on Watch What Happens Live, she and Erica are not speaking to Dorit right now. So something goes down in the last group trip to Italy, and
because we do the trailer is real.
We do see, because you can't edit Dorit walking away from a fight. That is because we did see that. You're right.
So I want to know like what happens there and why they're not all speaking.
And hopefully it happens on camera.
Which now, oh god, don't get me started about off-camera bullshit. Like, make it on camera. But it also makes sense why it was so damn awkward at the panel, because they are not speaking.
I'm fine with off-camera drama, but like I want them to talk about it. Like, because this is the thing, is like I think what we've come to realize, like, and Andy Cohen has said it, like he did not used to like breaking the fourth wall. When they do it, like it's like, oh, this is what the real fight's about. Like, because I feel the same way about like what's going on in Potomac right now with Stacey, where like something, I wholeheartedly believe something happened off camera with Stacey that they will not talk about. And I'm like, we see that you don't like her, and I don't buy that it's over this like this the divorce
bullshit.
not being real or whatever.
Right.
Tell me what she lied about, please. Like,
there's more to it. Yeah.
But
no, I think if it happens on camera, but you can, explain it to the audience in a good way and like really rehash it, I think that's best. But yeah, I think breaking the fourth wall is important. It's so funny, like they used to not even say at the reunion. They would say, like, oh, when I last saw her, or oh, in New York. And like now it's just like, look, we're doing a show here, y'all.
Yeah. and this is and like I think they've come to realize this where I think, and maybe this is like a me thing, but tell me if you guys don't agree, but like I like when they're honest about being on a show. I like when they're like, yeah, at the reunion. I like that they do that because it's like it makes it much more real.
Yes.
Agreed. Now, I think Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, they talk about the fact that they're on a show a little too much, and it does detract from it.
Yes.
But so it can be done a little overboard, but
they also don't have a hiatus. They just keep filming and filming, and overlap between seasons, and I think it's really mucking it up.
Yeah, it confuses me.
It is,
and it's making it very muddy in a way that
I think the problem that they're running into is like they're genuinely not giving themselves a second to breathe, because like the first reunion they had already recorded the third season, like it was in the can ready to go by the time the reunion was going, so they couldn't really get into the stuff in the reunion. And then it's the same thing with the reunion that just aired, and I'm like I think that's well, it's too short, and I think on some level it's good because it's like there's a lot of content there. Like these girls will never not give you content, but like I mean you have the Fruity Pebbles situation, and then they like I haven't watched that reunion yet, but like I don't know if we get into that, and like it all feels like you can't piece a timeline together because like it's all happening so
right. Yeah. It's hard. They really need to have on that. They need to have a timeline of like when this was filmed and get that better in our heads. Yeah. Also, when you watch that reunion, you're gonna be like, "How is this a reunion?" It was
like it's spoiler alert. It's basically a sponsored ad for Dunkin'.
I've seen that, and that makes me mad.
It's just so stupid. I don't think Stassi was a bad host. I just think that she was really hampered in by what the producers wanted her to do, and there's only so many places she could go before like saying, "Sorry, we got to cut this off to do some more SpawnCon for Dunkin'."
Well, if that's the case, either A, make it a couple of parts, or B, like you have to be able to cut some of that stuff then, because like what I do believe about Stassi Schroeder, she is built for this. Like this is where she's going to thrive. And I think that like now that she's kind of moved past Vanderpump Rules, I'm very excited to see her like kind of almost pass the torch to like new reality stars where it's like, yeah, tell me about your mess, because I'm the devil. So like tell me more. Like I want more of that. Like
yeah. Well, it's funny because at one point she's like, she was talking to Taylor before they started shooting, and she's like, people say that you're kind of like me, and that you remind them of me, and Taylor's like, yeah, I've heard that, but she's like, I've never seen the show. Like she's never seen Vanderpump, and it's like, ooh, that's a different generation.
Do you want to know what I will buy about Taylor Frankie Paul though? Is I don't believe she watches her own show. Like this, I think what you see is not a produced, not a curated. That is Taylor Frankie Paul, and she's not interested in anyone else's opinion. She's gonna just keep being her, and I like it. I want more of that.
She's just like, I'm doing me, and you catch it, you don't catch it, and yeah, I agree with you. She's not watching that show. Like she's just like, what? You?
She doesn't even have a Hulu subscription. Like,
no. She's like, I saw some clips on TikTok.
I saw it on TikTok. Like, it's good. Okay, you guys. They've heard it before. Tell the people where they can find you.
We are pretty much everywhere as Husbands Watching Housewives, and where we're not is Twitter and TikTok, where we're just Husbands Watching, and of course, husbandswatchinghousewives.com.
Yes.
So.
You
and
guys
wherever
have
you
been
get podcasts.
What's that?
And wherever you get podcasts.
And I'll link it all in the show notes. But you guys have been the returning champions so many times. We love you. You can come back for any time you want. Thank you for being here. This is great.
I love you being our premiere buddies. we'll do all the premieres together.
It's just so much fun.
Oh,
Like literally, I
yeah.
came to this being like, I'm so tired. We were out so late last night, and then we just started talking, and it's like, this is so much fun. Yes, yes. Like it's just so good. It wakes me up.
Love that. And also, I don't know if I told you guys I was planning on doing this. This is going to be my first video up. Yeah, this will be the first video because I have another one coming out on the day Jen Shaw is getting released from prison. But you guys can have a video for this one, so you don't have to do only audio.
No, I feel so bad because I was looking through our stuff and I was like, wait a minute, I don't have any of the besties on our website because it pulls from YouTube and we didn't do video before. So I'm trying to find a way to get that all on there because you're our first collab and we need to have you represented on our site too.
Aww.
Yay.
Well, I love it. But from Indy to San Francisco to Beverly Hills, wherever you are, we love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening and watching, I guess, because this is going to be new for us. And tell your messiest friend about us. Rate, review wherever you get podcasts, and we'll see you next time.
Well, next time.